While the human race is not really fond of death itself, who doesn't love to see someone coming back from death as a soulless, abominable, flesh-eating corpse? Commonly portrayed as hordes of hungry and mindless creatures, zombies are believed to exist somewhere between the living and the dead. So, are you a fan of the undead? If yes, then you have come to the right place, because here is a list of the top 10 realistic zombie movies that are bound to give you goosebumps. Number 10. The Serpent and the Rainbow. From Wes Craven, the director of Nightmare on Elm Street, comes this movie filled with creatively gruesome imagery that will make your skin crawl. The plot follows Dr. Allen, who, while investigating a powder rumored to convert people into zombies, is introduced to a world of voodoo and black magic. Filmed on a location in Haiti, the movie goes into a lot of detail about various voodoo practices and their good and evil counterparts. Number 9. Overlord. What may seem like a fun war movie in the start soon takes a horror twist and turns into a psychological thriller. On D-Day 1944, a group of American paratroopers are sent on a military mission. After their plane is shot down, they learn that strange stuff is happening in a nearby town, threatening the existence of human soldiers. Rated R by the MPAA, this film comes packed with spectacular gore effects. Number 8. 28 Weeks Later. An entertaining and faster-paced sequel to 28 Days Later. The plot of this film is set 6 months after the outbreak of the Rage virus. An area of London is quarantined by the military, but when a carrier enters this zone, the human residents are faced with a deadly nightmare. Apart from the zombies who are shown to be partly human, this movie goes a step further and throws a political subtext in the plot as well. Number 7. World War Z. The 13th biggest grossing film of 2013, World War Z stars Brad Pitt as the main lead. He plays the character of Jerry Lane, a former UN investigator who must go on a mission to find a solution to the blood-curdling zombie outbreak threatening entire civilizations. Filled with suspense and a huge amount of jump scares, the filmmakers put the viewers right in the middle of the action. Number 6. Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead is the 2004 remake of the 1978 horror film of the same name and is Zack Snyder's first feature film as a director. There are a lot of great twists and witty dialogue, along with the required level of creep-outs, gore, and slaughter. The story follows a group of people who take refuge in an abandoned shopping mall during a zombie outbreak, but soon realize that lack of resources will make it impossible for them to survive there for long. Number 5. Wreck. Set in a claustrophobic apartment building, Wreck is actually filmed in real locations. The movie begins with a TV crew recording their journey as they become locked inside an apartment building with something terrifying. The movie is shot in a first-person perspective shaky footage, which adds to the real-time horror experience. The sense of unease throughout the movie is enough to keep your heart rate elevated. Number 4. Train to Busan. This 2016 South Korean horror film broke many records for the South Korean film industry and is the 6th highest grossing domestic film of all time in South Korea. Amidst a zombie outbreak, a father tries to protect his son while they travel on a train to Busan. Not only is this movie action-packed, it is emotionally engrossing and overwhelming as well, with a great ensemble of side characters. Number 3. 28 Days Later. This British horror movie is directed by the Oscar-winning director Danny Boyle and stars Cillian Murphy as the lead actor. It is set a month after a zombie outbreak has enveloped the UK and follows a couple of survivors as they try to find sanctuary. Famous horror novelist Stephen King is a huge fan of this movie and even bought out an entire showing of the film in New York. Number 2. Shaun of the Dead. While many zombie movies try to step out of their genre, only a handful have been able to achieve that successfully. Shaun of the Dead is a perfect blend of good comedy and enough gore to keep the zombie fanatics entertained. Starring Simon Pegg, armed with a cricket bat, a razor-sharp wit, and an attitude, there is nothing negative that comes to mind about this movie. Our number 1 pick is Night of the Living Dead. Directed by George Romero, who gave birth to the extent of this genre. This movie was released in 1968, and it still stands in the top-ranking horror films by both critics and fans. After the dead begin coming back to life as cannibalistic creatures, a group of people barricade themselves in an old farmhouse to seek refuge. Apart from being filled with bloodshed and slaughter, the film is dripping with social and political subtext. It is safe to say that even after 50 years from its release, it is still unparalleled to this day. The movie was rated a 7.9 on a scale of 10 on IMDb.com and received a Metascore of 89 on Metacritic. Do you agree with our list? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and be the first to receive new top 10 videos from Stream TV.